when he got traded to Carolina. However, he might be able to earn some of that money back. Baker's new contract has several incentives. If Baker plays 75% of regular season snaps and the Panthers win 10 games, he'll get $250,000. If Mayfield's completion percentage is top 10 in the NFL, he'll receive $300,000, along with other regular season and postseason incentives. Shannon, what does this tell you about the deal Baker decided to accept to go to Carolina?
Baker wanted to get the hell up out of Cleveland because the incentives that he put in the contract, Skip, he's very unlikely to get. 75% of the snap and win 10% in 10 games? Hell, they should give him $2 million, $3 million for that. Not no $250,000. Top 10, top 5 in completion percentage? That should be another $2-3 million. It tells me, Skip, he just wanted out of Cleveland. He says, you know what? Get me out of Cleveland. Put the $3.5 million back in incentives. Even if I don't get him, I'm up out of Cleveland. Skip, 75% of the snaps to qualify. Look, Baker's made good money. I mean, he made $33 million in endorsement and money on the field, which is nice to me. Uncle Sam got half of that. So, but Baker's doing okay. But I think the fact of the matter is, Skip, he should have got to look. If I throw 20 touchdown passes, that's $1 million. I mean, Tom Brady got incentives like that. If he throws X amount of passes, he gets this. They got Baker Mayfield tied to 75% in snaps and 10 wins.
Yeah, you have to start off by playing 75% of the snaps, which I don't believe he's going to make. But you have to start with that baseline, and then on top of that, you have to go win 10 games.
Come on, Skip.
What?
Baker, Skip, all this tells me is Baker wanted out of Cleveland. And the only way that he was going to be able to get out in a timely manner, get into somebody's camp, because it seemed to me Cleveland like, okay, we're going to tell him not to show up. But teams was going to already be starting camp, so he's going to start even further behind than what he's starting behind now. At least he gets an opportunity, Skip, if he's able to throw. He gets to start camp on time and gets to be in an actual competition with someone to try to wrestle the starting job away.
Yep.
Skip, $3.5 million in these incentives, Skip, that's ridiculous. Damn, they basically say, we took the pay cut, and we appreciate that, but we ain't really trying to give you this money back. Because they could have made it a lot easier for him to get these incentives if they wanted to do right by Baker.
Shannon Sharp, these numbers are even more unattainable than what the Nets are asking for Kevin Durant, right?
Okay, so you see it, I see it.
Yes. I was stunned by this. This is Lord have mercy kind of numbers, where I'm saying, well, wait a second. You have to start with the baseline of you have to play 75% of the snaps. I've already told you they've invested so much in Sam Darnold. They invested a second rounder, 4, and a 6. They owe him $19 million for just this year. Their pride is sunk in him. That they're going to. He'll start the first game. I believe Baker will just by default get his shot. Game 4, 5, 6, somewhere.
Well, if he don't start till week 5 or 6, Skip, ain't no way he gets 75% of the play
Then that disqualifies every incentive on the board. But if he does play 75%, then the Panthers have to win 10 games just to get $250,000. As the great Ernestine always says, that's no money. $250,000 is in today's NFL. That's no money
that's
for
nothing.
Quarterbacks. $250,000? That's to win 10 games. I remind everybody, the latest ESPN Power Ranking ranks the Carolina Panthers dead last in the NFL, 32nd and last. Well, they're not very good.
No.
Okay, and then we keep escalating here. If you're top 5 in the NFC or top 10 overall in total offense and you're starting 75%, then you get $300,000. What? Now it's just getting worse and worse. If you're top 5 in the NFC or top 10 in the NFL in points scored, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Then you get all of $300,000 more. And we get to the grand prize. The biggest chunk by far is if you win the Super Bowl next year, good luck with that, you get $750,000.
That should have been $10 million.
Yeah. Well, seriously. Isn't that hitting the lottery?
Yes.
Right? The California lottery.
Skip, they gave Brady like $1 million, $2 million for winning the Super Bowl. That's Tom Brady, who goes to the Super Bowl every other year. Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers, this is not a real current theme for you guys, and you only go get a man $750,000. If by somehow hook or crook he not get to the Super Bowl, win it.
The obvious, correct way to do business here was to just sit tight, bite your lip, have the patience to force them to cut you where you could just hit the open market, where if they cut you, then they owe you, the Browns owe you the whole kit and caboodle. You get about, it's $9 million, I mean, $19 million.
Right.
Okay, so they would owe you, and then somebody else could discount it by paying you something to subtract some off it.
Right.
But the point is, you're a made man.
Yeah.
You're going to get the full. You left $3.5 million on the table to go to arguably the worst team in football.
Skip, when they said, okay, he took a $3.5 million pay cut, but he can get it in incentives, I thought they were ready as attainable. I think, okay, 15 touchdowns, 20 touchdowns.
I thought they were gimmies.
Yeah, you throw for 3,000 yards or something of that nature.
So did I.
What?
You left $3.5 million on the table, and it's going to stay on the table.
Come on, man. Right? Come on, Carolina. Y'all, come on now.
Okay, so final takeaway. If Baker is watching us right now, I know what he's thinking to himself. Oh, yeah, Sharp? Watch this. He is now, he has forced himself back into, he has chosen the ultimate underdog role.
Right.
Where has he succeeded the greatest in the past? As the ultimate walk-on underdog at Texas Tech, and then he walked on at Oklahoma and won the Heisman Trophy.
Right.
In the back of his mind, he's thinking, I'm going to go to the worst team and do the greatest things, and I'll show everybody with the biggest chip back on my shoulder that I can pull this off. This is the mentality that he needs to thrive and survive. This is what motivates him at the highest level, is to say, oh, you think these are unattainable? Watch this.
Right.
Well, he's put himself back into, he is now walking on basically at Carolina. It's just like walking on at Texas Tech. He was like 5th on the depth chart when he started out, and he won the starting job. And then he got hurt, and Kingsbury started to waffle, and on the way was Patrick Mahomes as the latest signee. Right. And Baker's like, okay, I'm out. And he literally goes to Oklahoma, where his father went. He goes to school as a regular student. He actually enters the regular student dorm and lives there for for the second semester, and walks up to Bob Stoops at a practice and says, hey, do you know who I am? And Stoops says, well, sure, I know who you are. You're Baker Mayfield, because they played against him. And he says, can I play? Sure. And you know what happened? He beats out Trevor Knight for the starting job the next year, who had just annihilated
Alabama in the Sugar Bowl.
Saban in the Super Bowl. And here he goes, and he wins the Heisman Trophy. Well, he's thinking, I'm going to go win the Heisman Trophy for the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, but I promise you, that's his mindset
but Skip, you look at the talent that you had around you at Oklahoma. Okay. I don't know, Baker, if you have the talent around you to accomplish do you understand, Skip, the teams? You talk about top offense. You got Buffalo and Kansas City and Tampa and Minnesota and Bruh.